Goeiedag, ik ben hier samen met Arvind. Arvind is onze lokale agent in Indië en we bespreken eventjes de huidige situatie in Indië, want ja, ze hebben het daar ook heel zwaar. Hi Arvind, I just introduced you to our viewers. Let's just start with its first question. When did you hear about this COVID-19 and did you ever think it would reach India?
Well, we got to know about this somewhere end of 2019 when it was in influence in China. We did not really expect it to travel India until first case was reported in India end of January 2020 in Kerala, south of India. But still at that stage also we never realized that it will spread so fast. I myself traveled back from Spain on 1st of Feb. When I came back to Delhi airport, I saw a lot of people from health department at the airport because they were expecting a flight from China. So at that time, I think it was more to do with China, people coming from China. It was spreading from China, but I had no clue that it will pass on to Europe and other countries.
And now, how is it affecting your life and the many people working in the travel industry? Can they survive this, and does the government help in any way?
Well, it is affected, I think, everywhere, all the industries. Tourism industry is the most hit, I can say, worst is hit with Indian government revoking visas issued for foreigners. Commercial international flights were taken off from March. And we had clients who were already in India, so we had to rush them back to their countries because most of the airlines had withdrawn. So we didn't want our clients to suffer. So we asked them to leave back and we managed. But definitely, yes, it has hit our industry very badly. Our colleagues in the industry are facing, a lot of layoffs and salary cuts. A lot of travel agencies, are doing this. They've kept their people on leave without pay. And frankly speaking, there is no support from the government. Government has definitely helped the poor people, but the middle class, which is working in the travel industry, has not been really helped, So now we are in a different lifestyle, we have more time to spend with the family. We never thought that this long. And, but now we want to go out also. And it has taught us a lot of important things that what is the cost of freedom in our life now.
How are you doing?
All okay, Peter, all okay. At home,
Safe.
we are working from home.
Yeah.
Offices are open, but we are not like forced to go to office. Whoever wants to go to office, requires some work, who doesn't have a laptop or PC at home, they can go to office. So basically, I think company is now looking at the working from home structure for next few months as well, because we don't want that anybody gets infected and that person goes to office and everybody gets infected and everything is closed. So we're just making sure that everything goes fine. At home, ordering groceries online, not going out. Within the society, friends and family, we talk to each other at a proper distance.
Yeah, we hear here in the media that India is suffered greatly because I don't know why, but India and Latin America are hit the hardest now at this time. So
yes, the lockdown. When government was very kind enough and very intelligent enough to put the lockdown in initial stage, and I think we controlled a lot at that time. But after everything, after the unlock started, now people have to respect it properly. But I think people are not doing it. Maybe the cases have risen now for us, but still looking at the size of India, let's hope for the best.
When I was in India, I saw that people were really close to each other. You have like the habit of touching and yeah, it's not something we have in our culture. Right. So this could also.
Yeah, I've been to Belgium. Yeah, I've seen Belgium is like you can see people at a very large distance. India, yes, absolutely, you're right. It is we are traveling in a public transport, metros, everything is too crowded. So obviously you touch each other a lot. So right now the metro trains and the buses are running at a very very curtailed way, so that it doesn't, the COVID doesn't affect us a lot.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any idea how many people were now infected in India? So how bad is this
Well,
at current?
as on date, it is almost 600,000 people. The cases which are reported, and out of which the recovery rate in India is approximately 59%. Out of which I can say 335,000 cases have already recovered, and the balance remain active cases. Number wise, definitely it looks scary, but considering our size and population, still we are in a controlled stage. And we hope by August or September onward, things should start getting better in India too. So as I mentioned, recovery rate is very good. So because of our food habits, spices we use in our food, yoga, all these things, help us to improve our immunity. Our vaccination system for children has been also very strong. So I think children have not been affected at all, if you see. So
maybe the weather situation has something to do with it. You say September will be better. Is the weather getting better as well from September on?
Well, we think by the month of July and August, it will go to the peak and then it will come down. So not exactly for the weather. Weather is still very hot. We are already at 45 degrees Celsius and humidity level of 70%. So we are just waiting rains to occur, but definitely rains will also bring more disease, because during this time, sometimes, yes, we have more things happening. But we think it will go to peak. COVID will go to a peak in the month of July, August, and it will come down. That is what we think.
Okay. So how is the government handling the current situation? Are they doing something special? Can you leave your home at this time? Is the lockdown easier now?
Well, we were under.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, much better, much better. We were in complete lockdown from 25th March till 3rd of May. So now we are in unlock 2, I can say, where we got some relaxation, because economy has also gone down. So government thought that we have to lift the curve so that people will start going to their offices, start working. So most of the things are operation now, except international air travel. Well, the metros are still not working. Swimming pool, gymnasium, theaters, entertainment parks, bars, auditoriums, and assembly halls. These are all closed right now. So, but otherwise, shops are open, markets are open. We have festivities taking place also in a curtailed way.
And the festivities, how many people are allowed to attend this festivities?
Well, for marriages, it is 50 people allowed right now. For funerals, it is approximately 20 people right now. So festivities are taking place. We had famous Rath Yatra in Odisha, which just happened last 1 week back. So I think a lot of religious organizations, they went to the Supreme Court, and finally it was allowed to do a Rath Yatra without people. So it happened. So in a curtailed way.
Mm-hmm. So another issue was the safaris. I suppose safaris were out of the question in times of lockdown. How is it now? Are the parks open yet or still closed? To see
Well,
the
now
lions
it's
and the
already
tigers?
tigers. Yeah. Well, in fact, I can say right now, summer season has already started when it starts raining. So parks anyway close. So they close from zone number 1 to 5, but some buffer zones they open. So every year the parks reopen in 1st October. Now the parks are open. Safaris have also started, but now they've reduced the number of people on the jeep. Earlier on one jeep we had 4 or 5 people allowed, but now I think one jeep, if there is a family of 4 people, we'll have to take 2 jeeps. Not one jeep is not possible. But the park is open.
Yeah, I saw this thing or a program on National Geographic about lions in India. I didn't know, sorry. I didn't know you had lions.
Yeah. It's in Gujarat. It is a Asiatic lion. It is in Gir National Park. So I think a good number of population of lions in Gujarat. And tigers, obviously, we have in Kana, Bandhavgarh,
And
Ranthambore.
leopards? I heard you had leopards as well. You had the
Yeah,
three big
leopards.
cats
Yeah,
in India.
yeah. Leopards are also towards, we have in Western Belt in Rajasthan area. There's an area called Javai and Bera. So I think that's a mountaining area where a lot of leopards are there. So now new resorts have opened in this area, and I think a lot of people are going for safaris to this area. And the sighting of leopards is really very 100% time.
Okay, wow.
Well, I must tell you that as a part of the DMC of India, to make sure when your clients are traveling, they feel safe. We have taken some standard procedures. We will be instead of shaking hands with all the clients when they come to India, we will greet them with namaste.
Mm-hmm.
We will the representative who's going to receive them at the airport will do a periodic checking of their temperature every day. And we will make sure that we provide them a COVID kit on arrival, which will have a sanitizer, gloves, disinfectant, and we will not touch their luggage unless until they want. We will disinfect with the sanitizer again. So we have also thought that instead of giving a printed documents to the client, we will give them a travel kit, which definitely you can give it to them before they come to India. And a lot of small things we are doing. Vehicles, we're restricting the people capacity in the vehicles. So companies is making sure that clients should feel safe when they come to India.
Okay, so when all this COVID nonsense is after us, why should people go to India? Why should they visit this country?
Well, India has so many things. If you start with, we have a rich history and culture. We have Ayurveda, we have mountains, we have beautiful beaches, national parks. India is the only country where, as we discussed just now, three big cats, lion, tiger, leopard. In a single visit, we can do that. And a lot of potential and something for everybody. Must India visit India for Ayurveda, for yoga. We have lots of resorts, authentic resorts in south of India, where clients can have Ayurveda rejuvenation treatment packages. So that will really give them very good immunity as well. So I'm sure after all this happens, people will definitely go for destinations where Ayurveda, yoga, things like this are there. And India is really rich for all this.
Okay, so Arvind, thank you for the little talk we had. Hope you stay safe.
Thank you.
And
Peter.
the missus
Thank you
also that we saw in the back. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you. Thanks, Peter. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.